So if they're at 5 damage, you've pretty much won the game, so you're able to get off your twin drive super early. This deck is high roll the deck. What's going on, guys? It's Winning Image, and today is actually my birthday. And in celebration of my birthday, I thought we were going to do something really fun on the channel today. Talk about helmet decks. Because I got this cool package, my helmet for this year's college lacrosse season. I'm super excited. Super red chrome. So we're going to talk about my top 5 favorite helmet decks. A helmet deck is usually defined as a deck that is super linear to play and requires barely any skill attached to it. Usually the decks that I'm known for playing for. So kick back, relax, and enjoy the list. But before we do that, make sure y'all are subscribed. 91% of you guys who like to watch my videos aren't, so just know that I like to post Vanguard content a lot, and you can make my day by subscribing. So without further ado, let's hop into that list. Coming in at number 5 is none other than Phantom Blaster Overlord. When I made this list, I went through the decks that I've played against to really pick out which ones I've enjoyed playing or studying. Phantom Blaster Overlord was one of those. The deck is super linear in its playstyle just because of the force marker, early generation, you know. You just draw an main and go. That's literally the definition of it. You use your main to search out your Bende so you can Superior Ride your PBD and just go from there. And then when you get to PBO, you're just swinging with crits all the time. And what's really cool is if you're going first, you could use your Bende if you have the main and Superior Ride your PBD as when your opponent's at grade 1 still. So you're able to get off your twin drive super early and have a force marker on the field. If you go force 2 and you're ahead in some of these matchups, you can pretty much win the game as fast as you can because Shadow has some cool combos with like some of the support cards. But usually force 1 the way to go, and you want to hit some numbers and force your opponent to lethal situations. And that's why I enjoyed playing that deck for a little bit. Even if it was just for like 10 seconds, the process was still kind of cool. Coming in at number 4 is none other than Melstrom. So shouts to my boy Echo. Because playing against Melstrom, you literally just want to be like, bruh. Every time they're on Glory, like literally, it's a circus. Just the way to put it. I think Glory Melstrom in itself is such a helmet card, bro. Like, actually. So, for those of you who don't know, Glory Melstrom with its counter skill, your opponent can only block with 1 card and can't intercept. And if you have a Melstrom in Soul, it gives your front row 10k. So, if you hit a front, and you're the Aik Force player, it really puts your opponent out of guarding range and forces them to essentially have a heal or RPG for every one of your attacks. So if they're at 5 damage, you've pretty much won the game. I understand that you have to have the Melstrom in Soul, but even going first, and if you ride the original Melstrom first, you're able to get off the pressure to where you could, especially if your opponent rushes you, you could attack their rear guards first, and then force your 3rd and 4th attack to go to their Vanguard, so if they want to take damage to use their skills, especially since damage deny is such a big part of the game right now, they have to let the Melstrom through so you could restand and filter through your deck even more, giving you more pieces or potentially even more triggers such as heals, draws, and crits, or fronts. But yeah, that's why I put it at number 4. So of course you guys have to see a Nova deck in this list because as a Nova player myself, I just love it. We have God Hand. God Hand is lame. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've enjoyed playing it. Like, it's nothing crazy, but it's super linear. You just gotta call your grit bangle, put your front at the top, and then hope you hit it if you can't guarantee it. Like God Hand, when you attack when it's all said and done with your grade 3 turn, especially if you're up against Retire, you're not gonna really have anything. But usually in every other matchup, once you call your grade 3s, once you ride your grade 3, and you call your field, you're only gonna be left with 4 to 6 cards every turn, meaning that you're super vulnerable to attacks. Literally just a game of luck. If you hit that front, your numbers are going to be swinging upwards of 40k, meaning that your opponent's going to have a hard time guarding. But you could run cards such as, God, what's that grade 2? I'll put it right here. It gains a critical when you drive check a front, just giving the deck a more linear playstyle with a lot of pressure on top of big numbers. So that's why I put God Hand in the slot. And of course, as a Nova player, you guys know I gotta put Novas in here. Usually you just want to go all in, especially like the deck profile that I showed off. And then coming in at number 2, is a deck that I have flirted with for the longest time but never actually picked up, but I've watched so much gameplay that I feel like if I was given the deck, I'd have an okay chance at playing it, and that is none other than Overlord. So, as you guys know, I like the Dual Axe Waterfall variant, you know, that's my deck, but Overlord, very linear in helmet in its playstyle. Like, literally, all you do is send your Dote to the drop zone and try and hit your crits so your opponent can't have their turn. And you know, if your opponent's at a high damage count and they have to block some of these because some decks play 12 to 16 crit, oh man, that Overlord turn 3 is super powerful. And with its support, such as Burnrise Dragon, I think the name is, the restanding booster, you could get some big columns and big pressure super early so your opponent can't defend. And because it's a main character deck, it has some decent support, such as what's it called? That grade 2 that searches it out. Decot to force more cards out of your opponent's hand so they can't just PG it. Super, super good stuff. And that's why it's on this list. Like I said, this is a personal favorite list, and I've enjoyed Overlord and watching it. And coming in at number 1, we have none other than my boy, Sanctuary Guard Dragon. Okay, you guys know I'm on the Vanguard hype train all the way. So playing this deck in like the 50 or so games with it I've played so far on Remote Fight or my proxy stuff over there, it is super linear. Like, as in the list I showed off last week, you literally just work towards that and the rest of the game will honestly take care of itself. You just want to be drive checking as much as you can and you're going to hit some crits early, mid, and late game because you played 12 in that list. So that's why I've really enjoyed that, and usually, like, you wrap up the game by turn 3 or 4. Your opponent won't make it past your second Sanctuary Guard ride, or you'll lose by then. And one of the games that I did test was against Glory, which is also on this list, and that matchup, it's usually high roll. Like, rest of Standard is high roll, this deck is high roll the deck. As if the other decks on this list couldn't prove that already, wait till you guys play this card for yourself. Super, super high roll. And with support cards such as Levero, Wigstand, and all these other deck thinners that Royal Paladin has to increase your chances of hitting triggers, it just all kind of comes together to create some super linear deck where you're just thinning and hitting crits out of nowhere. And then your Vanguard gains a crit too, so it's pretty fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this list. I just wanted to do this quick fun video for my birthday today. I really appreciate all of you for watching. With that being said, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.